Hayden will answer your questions.
No opening statement?
No. Thank you guys for having me. This is fancy.
You talk about how much it means just to wear that number 8 jersey this season?
Yeah, well, so the other night we had Belosa's wedding, and I got to see Beck, Cabrera, Dugas, all those guys. So it means a whole lot to me, just knowing the tradition behind it, but just the in relation to the program, it's very special. So I'm honored to wear it. I'm very honored that Coach even considered me for it. So very thankful.
How do you guys respond to a championship hangover? Like, you know, as the national champs, you're going to get everyone's best shot, right? How do you guys respond to a championship hangover?
I think it's about the daily work. I don't really think last year we knew what our goal was, and I think we have the same goal. So it's just about stacking up good days, and then ultimately you'll reach that title. But I think I don't know if there is a hangover. We lost so many people from that team last year that I don't know if our current locker room has that feel of where it's that like almost a residue left over from that. I don't think we have that at the moment. So I think we're in a good spot, and I'm really excited for the season.
Do you feel like there's an extra amount of pressure on you guys as the national champs? Or?
I think pressure is just perception. I mean, last year we were number 1 for the majority of the season. So I don't think pressure is anything other than how you perceive it. So I don't think there's extra added pressure being that we're the champs. This is a new season. This is the season of 24. 23 is over and done. Now we just take what we learned from that and try to apply it for this year.
Kind of building off that last question, how does it feel to be the hunted instead of the hunters? I
love it. I don't know why else you would do it if you don't want to be in that position. This is the point of it, to win, to have people give you their best shot. I love every aspect of it.
Over here, both as a catcher and as a hitter, how do you think the pitch clock affected your game last year?
I like it personally. I think it keeps pitchers in a better tempo because I think it's a 20-second clock, but I like it. It keeps the game moving. It helps pitchers, especially that like to work quick. And as a hitter, I don't really have any issues with it personally, but it just helps me have a quick reset because I don't have time to think. It's just right back in the box for the next pitch.
I guess during the summer there might have been a question about you and Alex. Are you come back? Are you going to play another season? Is it almost like a second win? I'm going to do this again. Get excited about being an LSU Tiger all over again.
Yeah, well, I don't think there was ever like a disdain towards coming back. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be back. I'm grateful to play with Al again for another year. It's one of my best friends in the world, so I'm very excited for the season. It's almost like we're at the head of the helm. So I'm very excited.
What is the helm? How healthy are you, I guess, first off? Let's kind of start.
I didn't miss a practice or a scrimmage this entire fall, which is the first time in my entire career.
And then just secondly, what do you think this team will be? Not in comparison to last year, but what are you seeing as like the traits of this team? Do you really feel like it'll be a deeper staff, more electric, or 1 through 9 offense? Like, what are you seeing early in this one?
I think the strength of this team thus far, I feel like it's tough in the fall to tell your offensive identity because last year we faced such a good staff in the fall that we got diced for the entire fall. It was kind of similar this year. So I think until you start playing opposing competition, you can't really tell what you have. But I think the beauty of sports in general is that every year is different, every team's different. It's just putting the right pieces of the puzzle together to solve that problem. So I think our staff is deeper than it was last year with everybody healthy. I definitely think from the fall that's the takeaway.
Thatcher, I want to know what was going through your head when you were called to start Game 3 of the College World Series Final.
Yeah, I mean, obviously very exciting. That's the game everyone wants. So, I mean, I was getting mentally prepared the night before, like I was going to get the ball. And then once he told me, it was incredibly exciting, and I wasn't going to let us down.
Thatcher, coaches in here, you talked about a fight for the ball in competitive innings this coming season. Just how do you see that, and as you guys maybe making each other better, because it seems like you have a lot of arms, and it will be a competition to get those weekend starts and to pitch when the game's on the line.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly don't look at it like fighting for innings. I look at it when I get the ball, do everything I can to help us win, and put the team before me, give us a good outing in whatever capacity.
How do you feel now going into year 2 here after you've done it all once, the whole process, Baton Rouge and the fans and everything you've experienced so far?
Yeah, feel really good going into the winter break, the spring, from a body standpoint. Feeling comfortable with my delivery. Coming off injury last year, maybe that wasn't as much of the case. So a lot of comfortability. Feel like I built off some good things from last year into the fall. And then in terms of kind of the familiarity with the conference and the team and the staff, definitely higher coming off another year with that. So it's exciting to have that, and I just can't wait to get this going.
Right up here, you guys brought in a bunch of newcomers to the staff, whether it's freshmen or transfers. I'm curious if there's been anybody that's really stood out to you out of the new group, like Luke Holman, Justin Lower, Gage Jump, just who are some of the guys that maybe are standing out to you?
Yeah, I mean, like all of these guys are very talented, are going to help us in a big way. And, like you said, those 2 guys you named, Holman and Lower, a lot of poise, maturity. They're the 3rd year of doing this, so that's huge for us. Cam Johnson has been incredibly impressive. I love being around Cam. He has a maturity on the mound. I just think the sky's the limit for him. Love seeing him do his thing. Gage Jump, one of my closer friends, went to UCLA with him. He can really pitch. He's a competitor. I think going down the line, Kane Anderson has a really bright future at LSU. He can really pitch from the left side. So the depth is pretty awesome. It's huge for us, and it's a good blend of experience and new talent.
What's the messaging from Jay been like this year? Has it been any different, or specifically for you, has it been different because you've now been around him a little bit more?
I think with Coach, the biggest thing for any player is to surrender the results to the process, because by buying into a process, that's how results come. So for us, that comes with selfless baseball. I mean, I can probably speak on the pitching side better than hitting or defense, but for us, it's getting ahead, it's working good counts, and it's creating a pace to help our defense get back in and score, because we're going to score. So, with Coach, it's all about process, which is why he's the best in the game at this level, and so it just especially with the new group, it's all about buy-in.
Hey, right here. So what was your reaction when you found out that Gage was coming to LSU, considering the fact that you guys were formerly teammates at UCLA?
Yeah, super excited. That's someone that I've always talked pitching with since we got close to UCLA, and I believe that Gage is one of, if not the best, left-handed pitcher in college. I think he can really pitch. He's a competitor, and he has tremendous stuff. And so that was super exciting, not only to help our team, but because I love working with him and talking baseball with him.
As the national champs, right, you guys are guaranteed to get everyone's best shot this year. Do you feel like there's an extra amount of pressure on you guys? And how do y'all respond to a championship hangover, which we've seen teams suffer in the past?
Yeah, I mean, well, if you look at last year, we were the #1 team basically the whole year. So, and we're LSU, so we're always going to get someone's best shot. So for us, you can use 2 sides of that, where you can feel pressure or you can embrace it. In terms of last year's trophy, I mean, we won that. It's not like anyone could take that. So, but it's time to turn the page. It's about this year.
sir.
Thank you.
be good now.
Pressure's on.
Friday night starter, that gets a big label. Does that matter to you if you're the guy who gets the ball to lead off these SEC weekends, or is it kind of like last year, you'll pitch wherever they put you?
I think, that's always been a goal. I came to college, I think people would be lying if they say they didn't want to be a Friday night starter. But with that said, whatever role any of us are given, that goes into buying into the team, being selfless. And I've pitched in a couple of roles, and for me, it's about the substance, not the style. It's about helping us win. So at the end of the day, when I get the ball, all I can do is help us win. That's all I need to do.
And since you were nice enough to walk back up, what's your favorite thing about Louisiana so far?
Alex Box Stadium.
And lastly, over here, as a pitcher, spending some time with that, how do you feel about the pitch clock, and how do you think it changed things for you?
I think it just it's about pace. I think I've always worked faster, so I haven't had to deal with it too much. But I think what it's done for the game and bringing pace to the game, it's a good thing. And I think once you are aware of it, it's not too much of an issue. I don't think we had much of an issue with it last night from the pitching side, or last year, excuse me.